All right, well, it's the final there in Toronto. We bring in Doug Glanville to SportsCenter. What an exciting game. As we sort of anticipated, do or die for the Dodgers, and they did. They did not die. Let's show you what happened there at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Of course, Toronto trying to win their first World Series since 1993. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays hit a 35% K rate with the splitter entering Friday, and he put it to good use because early on, Doug, he was just mowing them down.
The splitter was just unhittable starting out of the gate, a ton of swing and miss. So not only they were taking swings, they weren't making any contact at all. And that first inning, it looked like he was just going to cruise to victory.
He was dealing. We get to the third, facing Tommy Edman. And that one's up in the zone, and Tommy rips it over Vladimir Guerrero's head. That's down the right field line. That's going to be a double. And again, it was so close, Doug, but it was right over Vladdy's head.
Well, the thing is, they were hunting for that fastball because they couldn't mess with the splitter, so they were trying to find something to hit that was elevated and straight, and they got that pitch to hit, and Edman hit it in the corner.
So they, of course, walked Ohtani. So you got first and second, 2 outs, and then Will Smith. He's been clutch for so many years for the Dodgers. Hits that one down the left field line, and LA has a 1-0 lead because that scored Edman. A couple batters later, it's bases loaded. Mookie Betts, 3 for 24, Doug, in the World Series entering this at bat.
Well, he was looking for the fastball, and he got one up and in, and that's the spot he can handle it because right now he's struggling with the ball away from him. But that ball in where he could just kind of fire his hands through, he was able to get to. Kind of a mistake by Gausman to go up and in.
And that was huge because that drove in 2, so now it's a 3-0 game. And here's George Springer, been battling injuries this entire series. Comes up big there with an RBI single as the Blue Jays get on the board. Now it's 3-1. Let's go to the 4th inning. Yoshinobu Yamamoto out there for LA and gets Dalton Varsho to ground into the 4-6-3 double play. He's been solid for the Dodgers, and he was again in this one. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th, though. Same score. Blue Jays, they got nobody on. They got 2 out, but they got Vladimir Guerrero at the plate, and he rips this one down the left field line. Easy double for him. So with that being said, you've got some activity in the Dodgers bullpen. But Dave Roberts stays with Yamamoto. Again, because it's 2 outs. Now you got 2 runners on. And Yamamoto, well, he's got a splitter too, Doug.
Oh, he does, and it's nasty.
Varsho goes down swinging. Yamamoto in 6 innings, struck out 6, only gave up 1 earned run. Now the bottom of the 7th. You saw Roboleski warming up. Now he's on the bump for LA. It gets Andres Jimenez there with the fastball. He's hyped up because he got out of a huge jam. Top of the 8th, Shohei at the plate. And how did he hit this ball where he did, considering where it was?
I mean, the distance and the power. He's out in front of this. He takes one hand off the bat, and he still slices it off the center field wall. And a good outfield by Varsho, who couldn't quite get that. Look how far in front he is. Hand comes off, still gets the backspin and the distance.
So now the Dodgers have bases loaded here. There's 2 outs. Sir Anthony Dominguez gets Teoscar Hernandez on a fastball way out of the zone. So big strikeout there for Dominguez. And now the bottom half of the inning, Springer comes through clutch again, fights that one off somehow, Doug, to send it down the right field line.
I mean, it was self-defense, but he had enough left to get the barrel to the ball somehow.
So now you got first and second, 2 outs. Roki Sasaki's out there, and he gets out of the jam with the ground out to second. So Dodgers need 3 more outs. So who do they go to? Sasaki's still out there. And up and in on Kirk, and it hits him on the hand.
I mean, Sasaki, this is a new role for him this postseason. He still kind of has the jitters, still not quite accurate. A little command issue there.
All right, so Addison Barger is your next batter after pinch runner for Kirk, and he hits that one to the wall. He hit in the wall.
I mean, this is so crazy. I mean, he gets the ball right between the turf and the wall. And so the right move as an outfielder, you put your hands up like ground rule.
Begging for a ground rule double.
But, if you reach in and play it, you jeopardize that opportunity. So they made the call, and they put him on second.
And they bring in Tyler Glasnow in relief of Sasaki. So you got second and third because it was a ground rule double. The runner had to go back to third. So there's your first out. And now Line drive to left. How about this play from Kike Hernandez to come in and get the force for the double play on Barger at second?
The big question is where's Barger going right there? He's too aggressive. He gets off. Good read by Kike Hernandez to throw on the run and get the double play.
So huge play there by the Dodgers to get the double play to end the game, and now they are going to a Game 7 tomorrow night. And how about Dave Roberts? He now has the most wins as a manager in postseason history when facing elimination, passing Bruce Bochy, who's also, of course, won a few World Series titles as well. 14 now for Dave Roberts. Get some immediate reaction, take you back to Toronto. Buster Olney, new on SportsCenter, talking with Tyler Glasnow.
Tyler Glasnow, you close out Game 6. What was that like?
Different, for sure. He called me up down there. I had a little bit of time to get warmed up. I tried my best. Went out, and it worked out for me.
Okay, tell me what's going through your mind on that last play.
Right there, just I hope he catches the ball. And then I saw him cut off second, and we turned two, and that's as good as it gets right there. It's a great feeling.
Mookie Betts coming through tonight with a 2-run single. What'd you see in him?
Just grinding, man. I think he's had a tough series, but he's up there, and I think everyone in the bullpen, we knew something special was about to happen. Mookie just has that aura about him, and it did, and he came through for us.
When did the conversation start about you moving to the bullpen rather than starting Game 7?
I think it was more like if we needed me tonight, I'd throw, and then I'll be available tomorrow, too. I didn't throw that many pitches. I didn't really get super hot either, so I feel pretty fresh. Hopefully I can pitch tomorrow as well. We'll see what they say.
You going to sleep much tonight before Game 7?
I think I'll sleep pretty good. I'll be all right. I'll cool down from this, maybe ice tub or something, and try to rest.
And that's a good point. He didn't throw that many pitches. The way the Dodgers bullpen has been of late, it literally will be all hands on deck.
Everybody.
Just which hands Dave Roberts wants to pull out of that bullpen.
Right.
But let's go back to that final play, because I know Blue Jays would feel like we totally blew it there on that double play. Obviously, it was a mistake by Barger, but what did you see in terms of why he went so far off at second base?
He was trying to do too much as a base runner, because that ball falls in, you get the jump, and then you score, and that's the tying run.
Right.
So he's trying to do more. My mom would say, you're trying to get there without going, right? You have to make the decision and say, okay, take it easy. It's an out. I'm going back to second. And maybe they got a sac fly out of it, but instead he's in between and he doesn't react quick enough. So you get into this island and watch him sort of halfway. And this is a nice play by Hernandez to come in and on the run throw. Great pick by Rojas.
Right.
So it's like two great plays from the defense, but Barger just gets too far off. He's trying to score and he's not looking at the read that he needs to make. So, and this is something that the Jays have been really good at. The base running, they're very aggressive. Yeah. They're a pressure team. But that was just over-aggressive, and it cost them, that final out.
All right, so let's go back to the way this game started with the pitching, because you had two guys out there that were dealing early, and then the Dodgers obviously got to Gausman, and then Yamamoto gave up one, and then he wasn't trying to give it up again. Did Dave Roberts get out of Yamamoto what he needed?
He did, and a lot of us were thinking he's going to go a lot longer, right? We thought, okay, he's going to go 130 pitches if he needs to, because the bullpen has struggled so much. But it just seemed like when he pitched to Bichette right before that, his velocity was a little down. They also wanted to give their bullpen a clean inning, because the challenge is you bring a guy with a lot of traffic on and they're struggling. That's not the scenario. So, he pitched well. He kept them off balance. He's precise like he's always been. He didn't quite go as deep as expected, but the bullpen got what they needed out of it. And look, Sasaki, who's closing, it's not, it's a new role for him, and he's a little erratic. They just don't have a lot of guys in the trust tree, as they say, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like he has to react on every single pitch in every circumstance, and that's not ideal as a manager. But he glued it together with popsicle sticks and Elmer glue or whatever
it takes,
Jenga sticks, and they somehow got it done.
They got it done. They will play a Game 7 tomorrow night, and one guy who was clutch for the Dodgers was Mookie Betts, new on SportsCenter. Here he is with Buster Olney.
I'm here with Mookie Betts. Mookie, how tense were those 8th and 9th innings?
I mean, that was very, very, very tense, but that's what makes it fun. World Series and coming down to the last innings, that's what you dream about.
Yeah, you see Glasnow coming out of the bullpen. What's going through your mind?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to get through this, especially second and third, no outs. This team, the way they hit, I mean, I wasn't really sure what I was thinking, but he got it done.
All right. You come up with a big hit, 2-run single. Walk us through that and how you felt afterward.
I felt great afterwards. I mean, just being able to come through for the boys. But, yeah, I mean, Gausman had pitched really, really well today. I mean, he got a lot of strikeouts, a lot of swings and misses, a lot of weak contact. That was really the only inning that we even got anything going against him, really. So I was just trying to look for something I could handle, and he gave me a decent pitch to swing at.
We see the fist pump when you get to first base. What was that like, given how this World Series has played out for you?
I mean, it's whatever. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I came through for the boys, and I understand where I'm at and what's been going on, but got to be prepared for the next moment, and I was today.
How about Miguel Rojas coming through, making plays tonight? Dave Roberts told us I got to have him in the game.
Yeah, he's a winner. He's a winner. He's a winning baseball player. You see today he made plays. I mean, he's just, I love him. And, yeah, I mean, I can't say enough kind words about Miggy. I mean, he's a very important piece to the Dodgers.
Game 7, how you feeling?
Right now, I got to calm down. Well, I'll let those emotions come when they come. But right now, I just want to go home and lay down and chill.
Mookie, thanks.
Yeah, because for him, his emotions are all over the place. One, his team got the win; they get to play another game to try to win this World Series. But also for him, he came through for his guys when he's been struggling for so much. What do you think that one at bat could potentially do for him in this do or die Game 7?
I mean, it's everything to just get that victory. I mean, he's really been struggling, especially when they pitch the ball in the outer corner. He's pulling off, and he gets a pitch finally he can handle in. And sometimes when you're pulling off a little bit early, you're firing your hips, your arms are dragging, that pitch inside you can get to because you're kind of already cheating that way. And it was a mistake by Gosman. He was trying to go away. It leaked out over the middle, and he put a good swing on it. And, like, sometimes he may still be struggling tomorrow.
It's true,
but at least he's, like, got that hit because as a team, they have a lot of guys that can win a ball game. So.
It's a tough read, you know. Kike playing shallow, and you know, one out you're thinking score. He made a really good play. It's such a tweener, you know what I mean. He made a good play, good throw, good play by Rojas too. But wild way to finish it for sure.
And your view of Addison's hit when that got lodged, did you think that was the call in real time, or did you notice that?
Yeah, kind of thought so. Been here a long time, haven't seen a ball get lodged ever. Just caught a tough break there. You know, he put a really good swing on that pitch, and ultimately end up second and third with nobody out, with guys that made contact, and just didn't get it done. But I thought his at bat was great. Just kind of didn't bounce our way there.
We'll stay over there with Gregor. Go ahead. It's not working.
Go ahead. John, you guys obviously led the league in from-behind victories this year. Just as the 9th inning started to unfold there, did you kind of think that you guys were in store for something special there?
Yeah, I always like our chances, you know. Whether you start with a hit by pitch, hit, walk, whatever, you kind of like the way that was kind of unfolding and who was due up and things like that. But yeah, it just didn't work out tonight. You know, it's baseball happens sometimes.
Mike in the center.
Hey, John. Kirk, obviously he's removed for the running, but how's his hand?
I think he's okay. He's going to get x-rays just to make sure. Just spoke with him quickly, but I think he's fine.
Was there, could the umpires have scored straw on that? Was there a discussion there?
No, lodge ball's 2 bases no matter where the runner is.
Other questions for John? Yeah, Ron, go ahead. Ron, go ahead.
So, on Max, just how confident are you always in him, especially in Game 7 situations?
Very, you know, him, everyone. You know, it's the 2 best words in sports, you know, Game 7. No better guy to have on the mound to kind of navigate the emotions, the stuff. Max has been getting ready for Game 7 when he knew he was pitching Game 3. So all the confidence in the world in him and everyone tomorrow.
After Game 3, did he walk up to you and say Game 7 is next?
No, we talked about it before the series. Once he was Game 3, he knew he was Game 7.
Second row, you're right, John.
John, just what's your message to the group and to the fan base heading into tomorrow night?
See you tomorrow. It's going to be electric here. I mean, these guys, it's business as usual, although it's coming down to one game. You know what I mean? These guys are really good at kind of just turning the page. You know, that'll take a while to kind of unpack. That's a wild ending. I love the way we played. Yamamoto was really good again. Had our chances with guys on base kind of as the game went on. They're going to be ready to play tomorrow. Everyone's going to be ready to play. I expect them to be playing cards around 1 p.m. tomorrow and kind of shooting the shit with everyone. It's going to be fun here. But to the fans, I say, see you tomorrow night. Be loud, be rowdy, and we're going to be ready to play.
Do a couple more. Mike in the middle.
All right, SportsCenter on the Road is presented by Geico. We welcome in Tim Kurkjian from the Rogers Center there in Toronto. And Tim, we do get a Game 7 Saturday night to determine who's going to win the World Series here in 2025. But for the Dodgers to get there, they needed a really good performance from Yamamoto, and he gave it to him. What was your sense of how he pitched in this game?
Well, he pitched really well again, 6 innings and 1 run. But we all thought, based on what we heard before the game, that he was going to throw 100 pitches, 120 pitches if necessary. I was a little surprised they took him out after 6, which means the bullpen had to get 9 outs. And the only guy that they truly trust in that bullpen is Roki Sasaki. We figured when he came in, he would pitch 2 innings, but he got in trouble in the 9th, and they had to take him out. Tyler Glasnow came in, so the beleaguered Dodger bullpen got 9 outs tonight without allowing a run, and that's one reason that they won this game and forced a Game 7.
Yeah, a lot of people in that scenario probably would not have put their money on the Dodgers pulling out. We even saw Mookie Betts a little worried when we saw Tyler Glasnow coming in, but they do get it done. And that 9th inning, though, Tim, was a wild one to say the least. You've been around the game a long time. You get the ground rule double. How that ball lodged between the padding and the warning track, no one will ever know. And then you get a double play to end the game. What did you make of how that game ended?
Well, that's one of the wildest 9th innings I've ever seen for a potential clinching game in the World Series. John Schneider, the manager of the Blue Jays, said he's never seen a ball lodge where that ball did, and that hurt the Blue Jays because if it hadn't lodged there, who knows which direction it bounces. There's a good chance that's a double, maybe a triple to score a run, and that changes everything when it becomes an automatic double and then runners at second and third. The Blue Jays are a great first pitch hitting team. They have 41 first pitch hits in this postseason, and Ernie Clement swung at the first pitch and had a weak pop-up to a huge out in the 9th, and then line drive to left field, and Addison Barger got doubled off second base. Sorry, that kid's a really good player. You cannot get doubled off on that play and end a World Series game like that. It was a bad read. He made a bad mistake, and the Dodgers advanced on one of the wildest finishes to a World Series game that I've ever seen.
And now both teams, Tim, have to put away the emotion of that ending to focus now on winning a Game 7. I mean, there's pitching decisions to be made. What are you expecting Saturday night there in Toronto?
Well, Max Scherzer's going to start for sure for the Blue Jays. He's 41 years old. We know he won't be rattled by this experience. But since Tyler Glasnow pitched the 9th inning and he was supposed to start tomorrow, my guess is he's not starting tomorrow. Maybe Shohei Ohtani will start tomorrow. They have to make a decision on this. This is why one game leads to another in such a beautiful way. Game 7 tomorrow. Just like we say, every time you go to the ballpark, you might see something that you've never seen before. That applied a couple times tonight, and there's no telling now what's going to happen in Game 7.
Miguel Rojas, how tense was that 8th and 9th inning?
Yeah, really tough, but we prepared for this. We know when you have the opportunity to be in the World Series, anything can happen. I think we're giving a really good show to the fans. I said it earlier, we've been playing baseball for a long time. Not just in our careers. This year alone, it's been a lot of baseball, a lot of good things for the game. The Dodgers have been doing it all, and now we gotta play against 7-2 in a World Series. So we're really blessed to be in this position, and we're gonna go for it.
You've been such a good teammate for Mookie Betts, helping him learn to play shortstop. What was it like for you to see him come through with that big hit?
I mean, it's amazing because I know how hard the guy worked. I know how capable he is to do that kind of stuff in the big spots. I just hate when things not going his way because he's such a hard worker, such a good person. But I mean, hard work just not guarantee you success. Sometimes it's luck and it's everything in baseball. I feel like tonight was his night, and I was super happy that he got the big moment, and that's gonna give him confidence for tomorrow for sure.
Miggy, thanks.
Our new on SportsCenter, we heard from Mookie Betts a little bit earlier. More perspective from him now that the Dodgers have a Game 7.
I don't know that you can really describe it outside of like the love for each other. If you just felt, it's hard to explain. You know, if you feel what I feel in the clubhouse, you would understand. But I know it comes from love.
A week ago we were here, obviously, after the loss, and you talked about this is a 7-game series. Now it's a 1-game series tomorrow night. What is that confidence after winning tonight?
I mean, it all kind of resets. It's one game. May the best man win, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Mookie, you guys often talk about, as kids, dreaming about playing Game 7 of a World Series. You're about to play Game 7 of the World Series tomorrow. Just what kind of thoughts does that put in your mind?
Right now, honestly, I don't have any thoughts. I just want to go home and lay down. And tomorrow will come when tomorrow comes, and I'm sure I'll have a lot of anxiety and all these other things, just like every game I play. But it's like you said, it's stuff we dream about, and I'm sure we'll all be excited.
But Mookie struggling a little bit at the plate offensively in this series, and maybe the cleanup tonight. How did it feel emotionally when it comes to the boys in that big spot?
I mean, it felt great. It felt great. Just to come through, like you said, for the boys. I mean, obviously, I would love to play well for myself, but I mean, that's kind of irrelevant. I really want to play well for the boys, man, because I love everybody in there. I know how much we lean on each other, and when they're leaning on me, I want to come through for them, and so to come through for them today, it felt really good.
Can you talk about Miggy?
What I heard you say.
Dave said he thought that your swings yesterday looked really good, that maybe you found something mechanically. Did you feel that way? And what did you feel that?
I mean, I was able to pull the ball. I hadn't really been able to pull the ball. And I can't even say I pulled the ball really that much today, but I guess I pulled one. But I was just able to kind of get some good swings off and get some A swings off, some athletic swings off, and it worked today.
Good perspective there from Mookie Betts. Even when he accomplished something, he's like, I don't know, I actually pulled it, but it went fair, and he drove in those 2 runs there. Let's talk about this pitching situation, because this obviously will be critical. We start with the Dodgers because that's the biggest question mark. If it's all hands on deck, one of those hands has to be Shohei Ohtani. So what do you think Dave Roberts should do in this situation?
I mean, I don't know how he does anything else but start him, because how does he warm up if he's DHing, right? If he's hitting,
right,
and then he's got to pitch in the third, like how do you do that? Because he might be on third base with a long inning and waiting. You know, usually these pitchers that are warming up in the relief role, they need a certain amount of warm-up time or pitches to throw. You can't guarantee that if he's got a bat in his hand. So I don't know how you do anything else but start him, like, have him go out there, and then you can do whatever and take him out whenever it's convenient. That's one way to look at it. Now, he wouldn't be having his full rest, so that's the difference. But once again, this is it. There's no tomorrow.
Right.
After Game 7, that's it. There's no Game 8. So, we probably have to figure out a way. So that's one scenario. So maybe there's something that's possibly could close or something, but it's very challenging, and that's the amazing thing about Shohei Ohtani. He can do all these things.
Yeah, and Tyler Glasnow, again, he was scheduled to start Game 7 before coming in relief. He could obviously pitch in Game 7. As he said, he didn't throw that many pitches. He feels refreshed. But if you're going to go with Shohei, then he may be the first option out of the bullpen because, as you said, he'd have plenty of time to warm up. Let's go to the Scherzer aspect of it. Tim, you heard Tim Kurkjian say earlier that he's going to start for the Blue Jays, definitely. 41 years old. He's been in so many of these postseason situations in his career, but he's obviously not the same pitcher he was. What do you make of him going out there at this stage of his career?
Well, the Blue Jays are just saying, this is a guy we trust. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, and we're just going to go with the guy that knows how to maneuver. He may not have his stuff from when he was 27,
right?
But he's crafty, and when he's on, he knows how to pitch hitters differently. He could bring in different looks and angles, and so it's a lot of trickery, but he's found ways to be successful even at this advanced age. So and they'll have someone ready to come in, maybe Bassett, quickly if they need to.
Right.
So, you're going to see the bullpen a critical part, and both teams cannot claim and plant the flag on having great bullpen production this postseason. The Blue Jays had a lot of trouble with the Mariners. The Dodgers, they're still trying to figure it out. A lot of injuries. So, you're going to have to see the bats come through.
And were 6 innings about kind of what you expected, or did you expect to keep going there? How did you feel generally about the outing?
今日の登板に関してどうでしたか。6回いけましたけど、もうちょっと行きたかったですか。
立ち上がり前回、ピンチの入りだったので、今日は、立ち上がりを、特に集中して、いい結果にいい入りができたので、そこから、調子自体は良かったので、ランナーはためながらでしたけど、なんとか、6回までリードを守りながら、次につなぐことができました。はい、良かったと思います。
Last outing, I was in trouble early on. So today, because I was trying to little more careful, and then even though because as the game went on, even though I was I had to pitch with the runners on, but I think I did a good my job.
And what did you think of the job the bullpen did behind you, and what did you think of the way the game ended?
ブルペンの今日の働きについてどう思われますか？
リードを守って、最後まで行きましたし、ピンチはもちろんありましたけど、今日の試合に勝てたので、最高だったと思います。
Even because we still had a lead 2 runs, and then I think what it mattered was we won today.
Third row straight ahead, Yoshi.
今日6回で交代を告げられたときにまずどんな気持ちだったか、あとはどれぐらいまだまだ投げられる感覚があったのか教えてください。
What was on your mind? You were coming out of the game after 6th inning, and then how much more you could go?
6回投げ終わったときはもちろん次もう1イニング、行くつもりで、ベンチには戻りましたけど、交代ということだったんで。なんとかリードを守って次につなぐっていうのはやっぱりすごく大事なことなので、それが、できたのは、すごく良かったですし、少しホッとする気持ちもありました。
I was in my mind. I was ready. Sorry, I was ready for another inning, but my job, the most important part was. To hold on to protect our lead, and then pass it to the guys coming behind me.
Second row on your left, Dylan.
I mean, Yamamoto has been everything for the Dodgers in the postseason, especially in this particular World Series, though. He's the first pitcher since Madison Bumgarner back in 2014 to throw at least 15 innings and allow 2 runs or fewer in a World Series. Sports on the Road, it is presented by Geico. We bring in Jessica Mendoza. And Jessica, you talked to Mookie Betts about some of the adjustments he was trying to make at the plate, and obviously came in huge for that Dodgers team with that 2-run RBI single. What did you see?
Posture. The biggest thing with that, and I'm going to go ahead and just pretend right now with this microphone, but the biggest thing he was seeing was literally the fact that he was collapsing with his posture. And a lot of times you think collapsing is going to be over the plate like this, but for him, the collapsing was actually happening towards the pitcher. So the adjustment, saw him in the cages, saw him grinding it out even 2 games ago, trying to work on this. The idea is to keep that posture over his back leg and not let it creep forward. Something that is very difficult to do when you're facing a Blue Jays team with all the off speed. You think about the splitter, how hard that is to adjust, but oh my goodness, the exhale for Mookie Betts. I mean, I don't think anyone has been getting to the field earlier, working harder, grinding it out to be able to get out of the hole that he was in. So for Mookie Betts to be able to make that adjustment and be the hero for his team in that massive 3rd inning.
Yeah, and he was very revealing about that, too, in terms of just trying to come through for his boys, the anxiety, whatever. He just needs to go home and lie down for a while to get ready for Game 7. I do want to ask you about the play at the end of the game. I mean, you were an outfielder, and it's hard to find a more crazy play to end a postseason game than a fly-out double-up at second base because the guy was too far off at second. Miguel Rojas, by the way, made an incredible play on that scoop from the play from Kike Hernandez. What did you see in terms of how clutch that play was by Hernandez?
Oh, first of all, the turn of events. I mean, first of all, off the bat, this is a hard hit. You're thinking this is dropping in. They're tying this game. I mean, a base hit scores 2. So the fact off the bat and Kike Hernandez comes out of nowhere to catch this ball, but then understanding Barger's off a second base. So he throws off his front foot. How many times do you see a left fielder throw a ball in off their front foot like an infielder would? Of course, Kike Hernandez plays a whole lot of infield, but then you're right. Miggy Rowe at second base, being able to not only scoop that ball up, but do it keeping his foot on as he's falling onto his backside to end the game. You talk about a double play. Miguel Rojas was the huge unsung hero in this game because of the glove. Remember, he has not played in the World Series at all until this game. And what he did defensively, the 3rd double play that they turned, and all of them had to do with Miguel Rojas.
Yeah, he's been key. He's been unfazed and unbothered since they put him out there at second base these last couple of games. All right, so, Jessica, we saw all of this in Game 6. We have a Game 7. What are you expecting tomorrow night?
Let's frickin' go. I mean, the reason why we get so excited about Game 7s is because everyone is going to be in the bullpen. I mean, you talked about some of the stats with Madison Bumgarner. The reason he has those numbers, it's because we are going to see Shohei Ohtani most likely be an opener, Tyler Glasnow in the bullpen, Blake Snell in the bullpen. Then on the flip side, Shane Bieber. I mean, how many Cy Youngs can we just go ahead and pile up in all the bullpens? Because those are going to be the dudes that are be rolling out in this Game 7. And that's when I get so excited, because we always say all hands on deck, but when you think about who we're going to see as far as pitching, anytime runners get into scoring position, one run gets scored, pitching change happens, and we're going to see things we've never seen before, but especially starting pitchers, and no one racks them up when you think about awards, accolades, all the things, and these two teams and the pitchers that we could possibly see in this Game 7.
I mean, it's crazy how fortunate we are as sports fans, and as fortunate as well that some of us get paid to go to games like that, and Jessica Mendoza will be paid to be at Game 7 Saturday night there in Toronto.
Let's go.
Jessica, we appreciate it as always.